Hey guys, I want to talk a little bit today about ghosting in your dating life. I'm sure that every single one of us has had situations where we've either been ghosted or maybe you've ghosted somebody else. And I want to talk with you guys a little bit today about this. Those who listen to this content, of course, I'm truly hoping that I'm going to appeal to a different side of you. I'm sincerely hoping that a lot of what I talk about is all about integrity, living your life to a higher standard and holding yourself to a higher standard, being a better person, and truly embodying this sort of characteristic, this personality trait, if you want to say that, because I think it sets you apart. And I think that there's a lot of respect in taking the high road, and I think that there are going to be rewards for you down the road at some point in time, be it if you only want to think on the terms of your present life here, or if you think that something else is coming after this for you. Integrity will matter, and even things as little as ghosting, I think, is they're important. And as I started to say, I mean, none of us can control the actions of another person on this earth, of course. But what you can control, what you do have full control of, is you and your actions and what you do and how you roll, how you operate, and whether or not you take the high road or you choose to take the low road and commit one of the most, I think, chicken shit moves in dating. That's ghosting somebody. Okay. Now, let's first start and talk about, yes, there's going to be situations where if you've crossed paths with some sort of psychopath or some sociopath or somebody that's hurt you or somebody that's done something on that level of behavior, then of course, you've got every right, and you probably should just disappear and not make any form of engagement with this sort of person any further. But that's not what I'm talking about. Those are extreme cases. Those are the outliers. Most of what I'm talking about is just in our normal dating that we all do, right? I mean, just dating by virtue of in the sense of what it is. I mean, it is just trying to get to know somebody new and seeing if there's something there and seeing if there's a spark and seeing if it goes anywhere. And a lot of the time, sure, we all have this experience, and it's just part of dating that you go out on maybe 1, 2, 3 dates, and things are just relatively normal and just cruising right along. But yes, if you get to that point where you're not feeling somebody else, or you're not interested in the situation anymore, then yes, you're going to have to make some sort of a break from that situation. And that's where you come to this point in time where a lot of people just choose to take, I think, the weak way out, the chicken shit way out, the way out that shows a true lack of character as far as I'm concerned. And that's just, I want you guys to hold yourselves to a higher standard and not do this ghosting stuff, because it goes to a further level in my mind. Like, number one, I think if you're going to ghost somebody, it shows a complete disrespect and a lack of respect that you have for this other person. And if this was a good person on the other end of the situation, they didn't do anything wrong, they didn't do anything crazy, they didn't do anything nuts, then I really believe that the bare minimum thing that you could do is just show them just a little bit of respect and communicate to them why you're not going to be in contact with them anymore, why you're not going to see them anymore. That's like the bare minimum thing that you can do for somebody. And this doesn't have to be a lot. You don't have to you don't have to like over justify your position or explain in complete depth about why you're not interested in dating the person anymore. But like, at a very bare minimum, like at least a text message. I always think it's really cordial and just, I think it's like the right thing to do, to at least have a conversation with a person. And I've tended to prefer to do these sorts of things over the phone. I would have a phone conversation with somebody that would just explain, hey, I've enjoyed getting to know you, but I just don't see the future or the potential for us here, and I don't want to waste your time, and I want to respect you first and foremost, and just communicate and be open about that and let you know, so you can go on about your life and not have to wonder about what happened with this disappearing person. It's a very adult, respect showing gesture that you can make, and I think it's the appropriate move that every one of you guys should make out there when you're in this situation. It's taking the high road. That's doing the right thing as far as I'm concerned. But the second element of it that really just trips me up is just that I feel like it is a glaring show of your either your integrity or your lack of integrity, depending on if you are ghosting people or if you're not. People that ghost other people in these like I said, what I consider to be just like normal circumstances and dating, in my eyes, it just shows like a complete lack of integrity on that person's part. And that's unfortunate, and it's too bad. And like I said, you can't control what other people do and the way they treat you in this world, but if you can look at it in that light, if you can analyze it in that sort of fashion as I've laid it out to you, I hope that you can see why, for you personally, why this is something that you should not do. You should not ghost people just for those two reasons as I outlined there. Okay, I want you guys to take the high road, to hold yourself to a higher standard, to be a better person, to tune in to your personal integrity and hold that integrity up very high. And yes, sometimes it's not fun to have these conversations. You don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. You don't want to do these sorts of things to other people when you go out there and you meet and you date, but it's taking the easy way out. It's taking the spineless, the chicken shit, as I said, the coward's way out, I feel like, of a situation when you're dating somebody. Okay. And I know there's going to be some people that say, oh, well, you don't owe anything to anybody. And, if you just met and you're just dating, you're like, whatever. But no, I think every person is a human being with a soul and a mind and feelings and all this kind of stuff. And I think it's just like a bare minimum, like common courtesy thing that you should be doing to people, no matter how in-depth of an involvement you might have had with them for however brief a period of time you had this interaction with them. It's the least you can do. I feel like it's something that you should do for people, okay? Because like I said, it all circles back to integrity. Whether or not you have it or you don't, you're going to be personally accountable for that in your life and in the next, if you believe that way. But just don't be one of these people out there, guys. Don't be one of these people that just that don't act with integrity in their dating, okay? It's not hard. I don't think it's that hard to do, but I'm challenging you. I'm putting you up to holding yourselves to a higher standard, okay? All right, guys. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We'll talk to you all soon.